What's up, stationaries? Welcome to Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, and Austin. What's up, man? PlayStation Doctor.
How you doing? What's up, everybody? How's it going, LeRon? How you doing?
It's going all right. You and I are gonna hold it down again tonight. You know, it's the end of the year, so like everybody's got things going on. This is that time of year where things are gonna get tied up and hopefully in a nice, neat little bow. Hopefully.
We're the anchors of the show. You got the muscle and I got the weight, so we'll put that together and we'll hold it down.
Okay, man. You know what? You know what? We're gonna roll with that because I like it. How's the week been treating you, man?
It's actually not been too bad. I actually had to call out for work yesterday because I got a flat tire on the way there. And that was no fun. But found a screw about this long in my tire.
Oh, snap.
Which is great. But other than that, pretty well. I mean, honestly, I was like, you know what? I'm not too bummed about missing work, to be quite honest. I had the vacation. I was like, you know what? Today's not the day. I'm not gonna rush to fix a tire so I can rush around.
Yeah.
At work.
You know what? I also could not work yesterday, but my situation for why I couldn't work yesterday was a lot worse than yours. As a lot of you may know who've been checking us out and listening to the streams and stuff. I am moving, and in the process of packing and getting things situated and stuff like that, I hurt my back Sunday.
Oh.
Yep. I'm gonna say I strained a muscle in my back because I've never hurt my back before. Like I've never had like back pain from like exertion or doing something wrong or whatnot. So this was a new sensation to me. But yeah, so basically what was happening is because as you know, like I live with 3 other people. And so like all of our stuff is just basically in the garage, and compound that with the fact that it's Christmas, so like a lot of stuff is being stored in the garage right now, stuff like that. So like there's basically no room to move and do stuff for the most part. So like some of my stuff that I was dealing with was like in one of the back corners of the garage and stuff, and I was just in like a weird position trying to like lift and move and shift boxes and stuff like that. And I think just from the repetitive motion, standing and leaning in a weird ass position and stuff like that, my back was like, hey, enough's enough. So like I got all this, so I was getting all this stuff done and everything. And I want to say somewhere around 6 in the evening on Sunday night, I noticed my back was feeling weird. Weird is the best way I can describe it because I don't really. It was tingly. Let's put it that way. It was tingly. Kind of like when you have a good workout and you got that muscle soreness. Like it was tingly. Yeah. Like basically when you got the aminos like built up in your system and everything, right? In your muscles, I mean. So I was like, okay, this feels kind of weird, So like I just basically chilled out, around 9 o'clock though, it was sore, like like I slept wrong, sore, So I was like, yeah, like I'm definitely not prone to do anything else tonight and stuff like that. So I went to bed. Kind of early. I went to bed around 10, 11. I was closer to 11. Somewhere around 1:30 in the middle of the night. I guess like I was tossing and turning in my sleep and I turned wrong, and yeah, like that woke me up because my back was full on hurting at that point right there.
Was it like a muscle spasm? Did it go all the way up your back, or was it just that one spot?
It was just in that one area. And yeah, it was it woke me up out of my sleep. So that was how alarming it was. So of course I couldn't get back. Well, I mean, I eventually got back to sleep, but I couldn't just fall back to sleep because now I'm spazzing out because my back is hurting, So, and then it took a while for me to get back into a comfortable position. Like laying on my back was not helping. Like laying on my side wasn't really helping either, unless I did like the figure 4 thing where like one leg is bent and the other one is straight. That was the only time. That was the only way I could get some relief, and that's how I wound up falling asleep ultimately. So next morning, wake up. and my back wasn't having it, so I called out of work. Yeah. So so yeah, so yeah, my call out from work was not as glorious as yours.
No, no, mine, mine was just a pure. I don't wake up early enough to deal with a flat tire and still make it into work. I'm
Yeah.
already getting up at 3 a.m. I'm not getting up any earlier. I'm done. You know,
So so wait, what are your working hours?
I work from 4 to supposed to get off at 2:30, but most of the time I get off at 3:30, 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
So 10, 12 hour shifts.
Okay.
But I'm
So
like, I could
so what do
wake
you
up 30 minutes earlier for like an emergency like that, but I refuse to because that only happens once.
mhm.
How many
So
emergencies could you have?
yeah, true.
Yeah.
So wait, do you work a bunch of 10 to 12 hour shifts, or do you work 4
Yeah.
days a week basically?
Supposed to. I never do.
But you
it's
get that
always it's always
you,
5, 6 days
oh,
possibly.
so you getting
Uh
overtime.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, nothing wrong with that. Like I'm pure salary, so I'm pure
Oh.
salary, but I get commission. That noise you just heard,
Oh.
that was me dropping my phone.
I would say if your salary you definitely don't want to work overtime.
Yeah, you don't
But
want.
if you're
Yeah, you
making
don't want.
commission,
If you're making commission, then like my commissions are based on sales and labor hour and billable labor hours.
mhm.
So yeah, there that goes into play right there. Uh, yeah, yeah, and like I said, the scope of my job is changing. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think I'm officially on the path to getting partner with my company.
Oh.
Yeah,
So does that mean you can have your own branch of sorts? Is that what that means? Or
in all honesty, I'm basically running the company now, so it'd probably just be like
oh,
operation. So it'd probably be like chief operations officer.
oh, nice.
Like my job title has changed right now. Like I'm now the executive director for the company.
Well, now you can have 370-inch monitors in your room instead of two.
No, no, thank you. No, thanks. Oh, jeez. Yep. Yeah. So other than that, so yeah. So like with the move and everything, no Christmas travel for me because I gotta get ready to buy furniture, buy different furniture and like get some things set up. Yeah, like I'm going from sharing a bathroom to having my own private bathroom. Like it's actually gonna be in my own bedroom. So I gotta buy all the bathroom furnishings and stuff, all that stuff. I gotta buy new curtains and everything, and yeah, like it's about to be an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Um. Yeah. So yeah, that's been the major stuff that's been going on with me. Yeah, welcome to the last episode of the show for 2021.
Yeah. 2021. Not a bad year.
Yeah,
Not a
not a bad
bad
year,
year.
not a bad year at all. And you know what? Before we start recapping everything that's been going on this past week and this whole year, this is Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast for Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together, bringing you the latest in news, rumors, general discussion, and games in the world of PlayStation. Uh, Crossroads airs live on Twitch TV/Exodus803 Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't catch the show, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or other podcast locations to get the show. The recap of this show airs the following Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on youtube.com/Exodus803, my YouTube channel, y'all, as well as early Thursday mornings on youtube.com/Boss Rush Network. If you want to see previous episodes of our show, all 62 episodes now, all 62 episodes of Crossroads can be found on our Planet website, bossrush.net. If you like the show, please consider subscribing to the podcast and giving us a follow on Twitch. And remember to rate, share, and review us wherever you check out our show. All right, buddy. You know what time it is. What have we been playing this week?
Oh man. Oh man. I've been playing 2 games extensively. Well, 3, but we're not going to count Vanguard. Vanguard's fine. It's a Call of Duty game. What can I say? Um, But I finished Deathloop, which was a fantastic game. It deserves all the accolades that it got. I feel like more people should play it. I will say that there were times where I was so frustrated and I forgot that for a second that it's kind of a roguelike game. And if I would
Yeah,
just
Deathloop. Yep,
focus
Deathloop
on
is another
leveling
one
up
of
my
those.
character. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry.
well, no, it was like a revolution. It was like, hey, maybe I should focus on building up my character before I try to take down everything in one run. Um, and once I started like doing that, I was like, oh, this makes way more sense. Like you gotta learn to like pace yourself. You can't just keep going for all the different missions. You gotta learn how to get like um, everything right. There's a certain pattern to do all these things, and you're gonna have those times where chaos is just gonna happen. And um, Julianne, who is the girl in the game, makes it interesting because when she pops up, it's like, oh shit! Like I thought everything was going well, and now she's popping up, and now I got to deal with her. Um, so it's a great game. I really suggest it. I hope that if you have a PlayStation, this should be one of the games you play. If you don't have a PlayStation, wait, I'm gonna assume it's on Xbox next year, so definitely play it then. It deserves a lot. Um, I I don't know if it's my game of the year. I feel like it could win game of the year though, and which of course it didn't. We already know that, but I feel like I would have. I could have seen why it did.
You know what?
And I really, I think the ending is very controversial. I think that might
Mhm.
be the only thing that kind of maybe put it off. I I don't know. The ending still got me thinking. I thought about it that night after I finished it. I went to bed. I was like, I can't stop thinking about it. And I started looking up theories. And I was like, and then I would go try to go back to sleep. And I was like,
Oh
well, I'm not going
crap!
to sleep.
Oh crap! There's some headcanon going on in this.
Yeah, like there's stuff in my head that I'm like, man, I just wanted to, put this to bed and be done. But no. But
Oh, that's interesting. Like Deathloop is on my
mhm.
list of games I want to play. I still haven't figured out, am I getting it for PS5 or am I getting it for PC? I don't know yet. And it looks like that sweet ass sale that was going on for PC is over because it was $30.
You
But now
might.
it's now
I
it's
bought it
back
on
to full
Amazon for
price.
$30,
Uh huh.
which that was a couple weeks ago, or a few, more like a month and a half ago now. But
Mm-hmm.
I think, I think you can do it on PC. But I'll tell you this: this game makes you feel like a badass when you're all leveled up and you're going through and you know what to do. You're gonna get it out. Um,
Amazon currently has it at $40 for both PC and PS5. So
mm,
that's good if you want to save $20. I
yeah.
wonder. Wait, I wonder if it's matching the sale. I wonder if it's matching the sale because there's a sale. There's that holiday sale is still going on the PlayStation Store. I wonder if it's matching a
Oh,
sale on that. I don't know. But anyway, what were you saying?
I was gonna say you. I don't know. I mean, PC would be good, but I feel like the gunplay is so good on PS5 that you don't need to play it on PC
Hmm.
unless you just really want it. And also, like, I'm gonna say graphically, this isn't the one that's gonna blow your mind or anything.
On PlayStation.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I think it's more artistic than it is like graphically. Uh, I don't know. It doesn't like blow your mind with its graphics, but it's just the art style is so cool that it like pulls you in.
Uh huh.
So I don't know if the PC is gonna show you anything more than what the PS5 would.
Oh come on!
Um,
You know I've already checked out what Digital Foundry had to say about this on PC. You know I did.
did they say there's much of a difference? Because I don't know, man. I
Oh,
did.
there is, but I also wrote an article about Deathloop on PC for Boss Rush,
Oh yeah.
like it utilizes like a lot of the new stuff for the graphics cards. So like there's a I'm just gonna call it an aim assist. It's not an aim assist, trust me. But it actually makes you more competitive. You know, in like
Mm,
multiplayer, it does basically like it remembers the frame where you pull the trigger and it makes you more accurate.
hmm. Well, I don't know. Then play it on PC. I don't know. You just gotta play it. Either way, it's a
Oh,
really
it's
really
getting
good
played.
game.
It's getting
Yeah,
played.
and then I started playing Resident Evil 8, and I'm
Uh
pretty
huh.
sure I'm probably like 60% through.
Mm-hmm.
I there, Resident Evil fashion, there's a certain amount of things you have to get from a certain amount of places, and when you get to that, you get to the next big place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the last of that. I got one more to do before I get to the big one, so I know I'm getting close. Or maybe like Resident Evil 2, where there's like a whole other area, but I feel like that's not the case with this game. I feel like that's not the case. So um I I really really like it. Um, I think I like it more than 7.
Oh,
Um,
well, 7 was your first Resident Evil game, though, right? That was the first
yeah,
game you played
yeah,
in the entire franchise, right?
entire franchise, and
Mm.
then I played 2 remastered, which I think is my favorite. Um, I don't know about if 8's gonna beat it yet. I really really like it. I think it's an easier Resident Evil than 7 was.
I might buy you. I
Um,
might buy you a copy of RE3 for Christmas.
I kept looking at it and I was just like, I have too many games, but I definitely plan on playing that because it was like $20 last time I saw it on sale.
Mhm.
And I was like, why haven't I gotten this yet? Because I definitely want to play it, even though I've heard it's not as good as the other ones. I heard
What
it's
other
not as
ones?
good as 2. I heard
Uh,
that I've heard the 3 remake is not as good as the 2 remake. That's what I hear from almost 80% of people that
mm,
I've talked to.
okay. A
Mhm.
lot of those people have biases going on because
Mm.
the RE2 remake was basically almost a pound for pound remake of Resident Evil 2, the original game,
Uh-huh.
and they added and expanded some stuff to it. Whereas Resident Evil 3 remake, they cut stuff out from the original game. But in
Mm.
my opinion, because I played those games like a madman back when they were in back on PS1, and and the major thing, like I played Resident
Yeah.
Evil 2 and 3 to death on PS1. Like I basically have muscle memory of those games. So when Resident
Mhm.
Evil 3 came, so Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 came out, and yeah, like my muscle memory was gone because like these are brand new games basically. Like they were rebuilt from the ground up. Like the entire skeleton was different. Resident Evil 3 had stuff pulled out of it. And in my opinion, because like if you look online, people complain about the clock tower being missing, and they complain about the graveyard thing. I'm here to tell you, the clock tower, it was okay. I kind of missed the clock tower, but the graveyard, fuck that. No, no. Like I'll be honest with you.
Is that the one
Like
where he punches the boulder or whatever?
no, 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 no.
Is
That's
that
that's that's Resident Evil 5. That's Resident Evil 5.
okay?
The thing,
Okay.
the thing about the graveyard in Resident Evil 3 is like there's this worm. It's called the Grave Digger. Like it's a giant T virus infected worm and stuff.
Mhm.
It's a boring ass fight. Like there's so like people are trying to be up in arms about that missing area. No, like
Yeah.
what where okay, so the thing about Resident Evil 2 and 3, and like you know how all franchises have this when they spawn more sequels, like especially like horror franchises,
Mhm.
and this is in movies and video games. The first game scares the hell out of you. The second game starts ratcheting up the action, still has some balance of horrors and stuff like that. The third game is basically more action and less scares and stuff like that. And so these games went that route. They
Mhm.
and like Resident Evil 2 remake, like added some new scares and stuff. Like first of all, Mr. X dogging your ass the whole time. Like man,
Oh yeah.
that's different because like he wasn't built like that in the original game. He was not
Mhm.
like you didn't hear him stalking around the police station in various places trying to get your ass. Like he just showed the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
which they do in 8, and with the Lady D, which I think they even did it
See,
better
I'm
in
not.
this
See,
one.
see, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that.
I I'm gonna say that I don't think I'm really spoiling anything really at all.
Mhm.
I think they did it better in RE8, this mechanic, than they did RE2, because
Mhm.
there are times where I will just walk into a door and she walks right into me. I'm like, oh crap. Like I'm like, did not see it coming, but you can hear it, like if you're not, and I was like, oh, that's what that thumping was. Because you could hear her like walk around in the castle, and it's like, oh man. And and she's also not the only one chasing you, so
Oh,
that
I
makes
know,
it
I know.
even
It's like her
more
and her sisters, right?
daughters.
Oh, they're
Daughters.
daughters. I thought they were sisters.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a spoiler either, but they are her
Okay.
daughters. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
and I think playing two is giving me more of an appreciation for the Resident Evil. Like I'm more invested in this one. I'm like picking up all the files. I'm trying to connect anything that I know from the other two games. I understand why some people don't like Ethan though, and say
Mhm.
he's a little bitch and stuff. I get that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand because Leon really is way cooler as far as like he looks like he's got everything handled. But I think maybe that's why I think Ethan might be more interesting as a
Uh-huh.
character because he's not trained. He's not Leon. He's not Chris,
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah.
which, by
I
the
think
way, I
that's
know
what.
nothing about Chris, and he's in this game. I don't know. That's a spoiler, but
No, no. People
I'm
know
like,
that because they saw him in
yeah,
they saw him in the reveal trailer.
that's what I thought. So I was like, I don't know anything about this guy, but this guy looks even more dangerous than Leon. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, like crazy part was like when we first got introduced to Chris Redfield, like in Resident Evil 1, like he was a skinny
Mhm.
dude. Like I mean, he looked
Oh yeah.
athletic, but he was a skinny dude, man. Shoot, like think Dan Murphy. Like that he yeah, he was like it was yeah, like think that, and then all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden he got swole like yeah, like he
Oh
was looking like
man, this dude looks like Mr. X. Like he could be Mr. X. I was like, holy crap, this guy's big.
yeah, or it's funny too because we saw him in Resident Evil 1, we see him again in Resident Evil Code Veronica, which technically is like Resident Evil like
Mm.
3.5 or 3.25 or whatever you want to call it. And he was still kind of like that skinny, like athletic guy. He looked like he was a runner basically. Well, not
Uh-huh.
like Usain Bolt running, but like some regular dude you see out in the street running, like eight
Yeah.
to 10 miles a day and stuff like that. Resident Evil 5, he shows up and it's like, whoa, whoa, like that dude hit the juice.
Oh man, and whatever he is on a mission in this game, like
Uh,
100%. Like
uh,
I'm like, man, this I don't even know if he's a good guy or not at this point. Like I don't even know. I don't know if he's good or bad at this point. He's just get out of my way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy, like how much he changed, and it looks like he got bigger because in RE6 he was like a freaking tank.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think they straight up used the same body build of Mr. X and just put his face on it cuz
It's possible.
yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. Was there anything else you wanted to mention? But hold on, real fast. So like I think
Yeah.
I think people were just pissed off and upset that they took a lot of content out of Resident Evil 3 for the remake.
Mhm.
But in all seriousness, like I don't miss that shit at all. Honestly, as a matter of fact, I feel
Mhm.
like the stuff that they took out was filler.
Well,
that's
I
that's the
I
way I
definitely
feel.
will play the remake over the original 3. So there's
Mhm.
no worries. I won't even miss the worm or anything like that cuz I won't even play it.
Well, well, the one thing I will say about the original RE3 though is in RE3 like it basically had like a choose your own adventure style. There were certain
Mm.
points where the action slowed down for a moment, and you actually got to make a choice. It wasn't like a quick time event, even though there were some quick time events in there, but it was more like your first encounter with Nemesis, by the way. Like there was like you get an option, like you can head for a door and escape, or you can stay and fight the monster. Yeah,
Mm.
I want to say you get like anywhere from like 5 to 7 seconds to make that decision. But if you don't make that decision, like you wind up getting the worst of the two options. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, or in certain cases, like if you don't make a decision, you dead.
Just done.
Yeah,
It just died.
yeah. So stuff like that. So yeah, there's something to be said for the original game versus the remake. I do love the remake though. Like I mean, like they're
Mm,
like I feel like what they did in the remake fleshed out the story a lot better. Like it actually filled in some gaps about what happened because Resident Evil 2 and 3, those games actually run like in the history of Resident Evil, like they run simultaneously. Like
mhm.
Resident Evil 2 starts and ends, while Resident Evil 3 is going on.
Gotcha. I think
Yeah.
I may have knew that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So basically that's how that goes. And I read somewhere that these remakes were actually supposed to be like a Tales of Raccoon City bundle. Like they were planning on actually like integrating both of them because like I said they run concurrently together. So basically you'd start the game
Mm,
in Resident Evil 2, the middle of the game winds up being Resident Evil 3, and the end of the game winds up being Resident Evil 2 again. So like
mm,
they had plans for this for the remake. There was a project, but they had two different teams developing it, and basically like like one team ran out of time, and one team ran out of time while the other game was finished. It was like okay, let's just split them up and like release them. So that's why they came out
mm,
a year apart from each other.
mm.
Any other games you want to mention?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I've been getting ready for a move and stuff. So, like, I haven't been playing a lot of games, but I have been playing. I have been playing Wargroove. I never finished Wargroove.
Oh,
Yeah, so I picked that back up because like because I'm also upset because the Advance Wars 1 and 2 boot camp.
yeah.
We already know it got delayed. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out. Honestly, it would have been out probably either this week or next week when it was originally announced.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it like the second or the 12th? Something with a
Yeah,
two.
yes, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it got pushed back. It got pushed back to February originally. Well, I went on. Well, the beginning of this month, I went on to the eShop to like go ahead and put my pre-order in. It's been pushed back to May now. Like they didn't even announce they got pushed back this time. Like the eShop just says it's on for May, and I'm like, man, I'm so pissed. So, but I had to get my fix on. So yeah, so like Wargroove is basically a mix of Fire Emblem and Advance Wars. So that's how I've been
Hmm.
getting my fix in, and that's really the only thing I've been playing. Like I haven't had time to play like hardcore games right now, especially because I gotta get ready to pack my consoles, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I gotta pack my computer. Ugh.
That's like a whole process, I'm sure, just packing your PC. I feel like
Yeah, but
that
here's the
might
thing.
be a U-Haul trailer by itself.
Here's the thing, though. Like that PC is not staying down long. Like I'm taking it down. I'm putting it right back up.
How long of a drive do you have to your new place?
It's roughly about 10 to 15 minutes. It's not too
Oh,
bad,
okay.
and it's more. It's like a straight shot. It's like a straight shot. So it's not too bad.
What I don't know if you remember, but there in the I don't know if you ever watched Seinfeld, but there's an episode where George has a high score on a Frogger machine. And they're gonna take out the Frogger machine out of this restaurant, and
Uh
he tries to move it to his apartment while keeping it connected to electricity, just
oh.
so he can keep his high score. Uh,
What? They never turn off the game?
yeah, so yeah, he didn't want it unplugged, or else it would erase his high score. So he's trying to move it to his apartment. Uh,
Man, those are days back when you unplugged the
yeah,
game and the scratch RAM just like dumped, so like all the high scores reset.
yeah. So, but
I'm sorry. Well, my clients gave me a Christmas basket, nothing but homemade cookies.
oh man, oatmeal raisin. You got some home oatmeal raisin. You got some chocolate chip,
Actually,
or
actually, this particular cookie right here. There's a mixture of cookies. This
mm,
particular cookie right here is an oatmeal, chocolate chip, and craisin cookie. And
mm,
when I tell you it's delicious, because like I like an oatmeal raisin cookie, but having
yeah.
having a craisin in it, like a cranberry raisin, oh my god, elevates it
I love a good craisin, man.
mm,
Cranberries are underrated. It just as a
for
whole.
real.
I had a cranberry kale salad last night with like
And
some
and they're
chicken.
and they're good for you. People sleep on cranberries. They're so good for you.
Yeah, yeah, very good.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. There is a change to the show format, and it happens now. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with our new and notable games for this week. How about that?
Let's do it. Because there's one on here that I'm really excited about.
All right, good. Whoops, that's the wrong title card. Whoops. Here we go. New and notable games coming to PlayStation for the week of 13th to the 19th of December. All right. So, as of the recording of this show, you now have 10 shopping days left before Christmas. So, 10 days left. So, get your act together. Get your act together. We're about to help you out here, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
All right. The release schedule is definitely slowing down for Christmas for sure. And this week we see a most wanted title finally making its way to PlayStation. But I gotta say, the star of the week is going to be to the game that comes out on the 16th of December. So here's our games. Here's our new and notable games coming up for like already released on the 13th of December was Guardian of Lore for PS5 and PS4, Ice Cream Break for PlayStation 5, My Universe Doctors and Nurses for PS4. Isn't that weird? Wasn't that? Didn't we mention that last week? Did it get delayed?
It was last week.
Did it get delayed?
Maybe the PS5 version came out earlier than the PS4 version.
I have to check because this is just PS4. Yeah,
we did talk about it though because it sounded like a Nelly game.
Yep, we did. We did. And you know what? Since it is a Nelly game, all right, in My Universe Doctors and Nurses for PS4, you get to start your own medical career. You choose your character and personalize their appearance, and then you discover the hospital life as part of a team. Take care of your various patients with different mini games, and shenanigans and hilarity ensues, from that point.
With different mini games, I'm thinking of now Mario Party for doctors. Let's say you fail at Mario Party games, and then your patients die if you fail.
You gotta hit them with a defibrillator. You gotta intubate them. Chest compressions now. Give me 4 cc's of whatever this crap is, because I watch medical shows, but I don't know all the medical jargon.
Oh no.
And also the game that came out yesterday, which I actually have my eye on, is Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon for PS4.
This is the one. I'm very excited for this. This is definitely a game I will be playing.
In Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, you get to delve with Shovel Knight into the depths of the Pocket Dungeon in an action-packed puzzle adventure mashup like none other. You enter a world of falling block puzzle games with a dungeon crawling twist. In this game, you're also going to take control of more than 10 of your favorite heroes from the Shovel Knight universe, each with a unique power and playstyle. Equip yourself on the fly with a treasure trove of items and equipment, and play in a variety of ways with all new modes, including adventure mode, 2-player competitive versus mode, a daily challenge, and much, much more. With a bold new visual style that complements a new story, you're going to learn the ropes of your pal Puzzle Knight. You're going to learn the ropes of the game from your pal Puzzle Knight as you attempt to escape the mysterious pocket dungeon. Shovel Knight's signature storytelling and humor are all on full display, and guess what? That game is $19.99 on the PlayStation Store right now.
I definitely plan on getting this maybe with a Christmas gift that I usually get a PlayStation card for Christmas, and this is the one I got my eye on for it. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
All right. Yep. All right. Coming out today, a lot of people already know this, and it was also one of the most anticipated games coming to PlayStation, both PS5 and PS4. We have Among Us finally making its way to PlayStation. So, think you can trust your friends? No.
You can't.
No,
Don't
you
do
can't.
it.
You can't. The social deception game Among Us finally lands on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Hop aboard a spaceship with 4 to 10 other players via online play and get to work. Just don't forget, there may be 1 or more imposters on board ready to sabotage your work and take a deadly swipe out of you. Among Us comes in 3 different editions. You've got the Crewman Edition, which is the standard edition for $29.99. You've got the Imposter Edition for $49.99, and then you've got the Ejected Edition for $89.99. Check out your local retailers, see which edition works out for you, and get the cracking.
So the cheapest way to get Among Us on PlayStation is $30.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, with the exception of the Switch, I think the console, the big console versions are all like pay because the Switch version is free.
Well, Switch, I think Switch was $5 at one point because I remember I paid $5 for Among Us on Switch, but then I think it came to Xbox Game Pass if I remember
It
correctly.
it just dropped on Game Pass actually. So technically,
So
it's free if you're a Game Pass subscriber.
so man, $30 on PlayStation. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Hey.
Uh
Hey, one thing for sure here at Crossroads, even though we are a PlayStation show, we will take shots at Sony and PlayStation if they're doing wrong. And this might be wrong,
yeah.
but then again, with so many ways of getting the game for free, maybe the
Right.
publisher and the developer was like, hey, we gotta get some money somehow.
Yeah. I just want to know what comes with the ejected edition. Probably new skins, I guess. Some skins
Yeah.
and
Hang on. Let me break. I'll break this down. Give me a second. Because I didn't want to put it all in the write up, just so we didn't make it all long and everything. But let's see. Among Us. Okay, I should have said Among Us PlayStation 5. All right, so the Crewman Edition is the standard edition one. And then we have, all right, we have the ejected edition is basically the collector's bundle. So the imposter edition is the deluxe edition. The imposter edition includes the everything in the crewmate base game, with DLC items, airship, Polus, and Mira HQ skins. Life as a crewmate. Okay, that's just some of the game modes. Okay, a hamster pet, a bet. Oh, basically it's all the stuff. Basically, it's all the microtransaction stuff. That's what that is. And in the ejected
man.
edition, the ejected edition includes everything. I can't see. I don't see what the difference is from the ejected edition and the Okay. The ejected edition comes with a case, a plushie, all sorts of stuff, stickers,
Oh, so this is like a physical.
downloadable PC and phone wallpapers by artist Amy Liu. Oh wow, a crewmate fleece blanket, an imposter beanie. Okay, there's all sorts of stuff. A
Okay,
lanyard.
you can also get the regular game for $5 on PlayStation.
Oh, you can.
Just
Okay.
the yeah,
Okay.
the playing game is $5.
Okay, so okay. Thank you for clearing that up because I really thought
Yeah.
that it was these.
That's what that was like. Man, $30 for Among Us. I mean, it's a fun game, but thirty
Yeah,
dollars is quite a bit for just the base game.
yeah.
But
Thanks
yeah.
for clearing that up for me. All right. Okay. December the 15th, we have Eterna Noctis, and then for on December 16th, we have the big one, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach for PS5 and PS4. I'm sorry. Oh, Eterna Noctis comes out is out in PS5. It'll be $29.99 when it releases tomorrow. All right. So back to Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Uh, in this game, you play as Gregory, a young boy trapped overnight in Freddy Fazbear's mega pizzaplex. First of all, I love how this is a call out to Chuck E. Cheese. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love it. With the help of Freddy Fazbear himself, Gregory must survive the near unstoppable hunt of reimagined Five Nights at Freddy characters, as well as new horrific threats. I love it. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is a full price game. So on PS4, it's going to be $59.99, and PS5 it'll probably be $69.99, unless they decide just to match prices all together. So it'd be $59.99, total. Who knows? I couldn't
Yeah.
find a price. I couldn't find a price for it, and I couldn't find a listing for it. I even went to GameStop.com to look and see what they had for pre-order. There was no price on it.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it on the PlayStation Store. I'm I'm interested to see if Five Nights at Freddy's still has like does it have the same I don't know, like same prestige as it once did. I don't think it's as big as it
I
used to
don't. I
be.
don't think. I don't think it is either because like it was a very unique horror game. You know when it first came out, and then when they released the online modes where you could play with other people and stuff, I think that's when it started to wane.
I
While
didn't
you're
even know
looking,
you could do that.
yeah, there. I believe there was an online mode. If I'm not mistaken, don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of this of the series. While you're looking up the pricing though, just remember, guys, there's another week. There is a basically another week left in the PlayStation Store's end of the year promo deal. So
Mhm.
here's your last chance to bag some high end titles for both PS4 and PS5 at a savings of upwards to 80% on hundreds of titles. Do not slouch. Were you able to find that price?
No price. It just says
Yeah, yeah.
add to
See,
wish list. That's all you can do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a little
It's weird.
interesting. And then I know the guy got in trouble, quote unquote, for some things he had said. Uh I don't remember what it was. I want
Uh-huh.
to say maybe pro life. Maybe pro life. That was the thing that was getting them some
Oh,
hate.
I remember that. I remember that some developers got in trouble for like taking stances, you know, on pro choice versus pro life. I remember that.
But his wasn't like the guy from Maneater where he like came out and was like, I don't really care. Da da da. He just like was asked and he just said, yes, I am. And instant got hate for it. And then I think he decided to pull off from all Five Nights at Freddy's. But this game was already made, so I feel like he was still in it. He's just not getting any money from it now. Like he just sold all the rights to it or whatever
Oh,
to
that sucks.
whoever owns it. So it was a little weird thing. So I remember that went through well, but and then this game has been showed for like years now. It's like when
Mhm.
is this game ever coming out? And the fact that it doesn't have a price is just add to wish list makes me think if it's the 16th and it's still not out, I mean, who knows? Maybe it got pushed back again. It wouldn't shock me.
Who knows? Who knows? So, is it Shovel Knight for you for the game we must
100%.
decide to
100% Shovel Knight.
on this
I
list? On this list, honestly, it is Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon for me. And I'll probably give Five Nights at Freddy a chance.
I will too. I probably wait until it goes on sale or wait
Mm-hmm.
to see what everyone thinks
Mm-hmm.
because I played the first Five Nights at Freddy's and I hated it. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like the gameplay of it. It's too nerve wracking. It's all about
Exactly.
management. It's all about resource management, and I'm like, nope, I'm out of that. I don't like that kind of stuff. But this one seems more like you're running around trying to survive, maybe like Outlast, but in a Chuck E. Cheese. So that to me is a little more interesting than staying in one room looking at camera screens,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for one to get you, and you know they're going to get you. So
Yeah. So you know, since we're talking about it, do you think Five Nights at Freddy's security breach will match the anticipation? Because there are a lot of people who did want this game.
I hope it does. I mean, I hope the people that are excited for it get what they want. I mean, it's cool. It's a great idea that no one. I'm surprised that no one has already made this version of a Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Right?
Uh,
Right?
like
If
we got plenty of movies that rip this off. I don't know if you saw the Nicolas Cage one where he didn't say a single word the whole entire movie. It was great. But um, we didn't really get any games that were like that I'm aware of, or at least that were
wait,
notable. So
was the developer Scott Cawthorn? Because
that
because
sounds
Yamada
really
because
familiar.
because Yamada Zero just threw the name out there.
Okay.
Yeah, Yamada Zero in our chat. Which what's up by the way? Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Okay, yeah, he developed those
Okay.
games.
He did he did something that did not settle well with a lot of people. I don't remember
yeah,
what it was.
yeah. Well, Yamada, answer us in the chat real quickly because we're thinking it has something to do with his pro life versus pro choice stance. Was that it, or was it something? Was it something worse?
Hopefully, he didn't do any of the pedo scum that last
I
week's
am,
guy did.
I am so over that crap.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Yamada will try and refresh us once they figure out what's going on. But I think we got
Oh.
breaking news. We got breaking news. Oh, he okay.
Oh.
Yamada knows what it is. All right, spill. We want to know. We want to know.
Spill.
What did this man do?
What did Scott do?
Oh snap!
Oh, okay. That's right.
He made donations to
Okay.
Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
it was political.
It
I
was
do
political.
remember.
It was political, and that's one of the worst political things That's one of the worst political things you can do.
Mhm.
Oh. you might have blitzed the
Oh.
chat, and the stream mod got him. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
That makes
Sorry,
sense.
Yamada. Sorry, Yamada. But we basically got what you were saying. But hang out though, because we got more show coming up for you. Just hit for everybody else that's listening out there right now. Hit us up on our Discord. Let us know which of these games have you most excited this particular week, and yeah, like let us know some ideas of what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be playing over the holiday period. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic for tonight. Because I love this topic. I love this topic, and I cannot
Yes.
wait, guys.
Yes.
Guys,
Hey, you need
what?
new you need some new furniture for that new house you're moving into. Maybe you need a new look. Maybe this will help you out with that.
New colored plates are coming to PS5. Finally, finally. Yes, it's true. We're finally getting it. Guess what? This news is coming to you tonight from me, LeRon Dawkins, via BossRush.net. I wrote the article on this, as well as some contributions from Robert Ramsey of Push Square and the PlayStation blog. All right, so here we go. In a surprise but not completely unexpected announcement, Sony is giving PS5 owners what they want and then some. Via the PlayStation blog, Sony has unveiled new colors of their best-selling first-party accessory, the PS5 DualSense controller, if you didn't know. The new colors coming your way will be our Nova Pink, Starlight Blue, and Galactic Purple. These new colors will be joining up with the previously released Cosmic Red and Midnight Black offerings that started off the PlayStation 5's run of featured colors for the DualSense wireless controller. But the real surprise in this announcement was the information that Sony is officially releasing first-party covers, or plates, if you prefer, for the PS5. The Midnight Black and Cosmic Red PlayStation 5 console covers will be available to gamers starting sometime in January of 2022 at participating retailers in various locations, to include North America, the United Kingdom, Europe, Australia, Japan, Korea, and other major parts of Asia. The Nova Pink, Galactic Purple, and Starlight Blue PS5 console covers will also launch in these locations during the first half of 2022. Additional territories will see the covers launching at a later time, sometime next year. As the exact launch dates for both the new DualSense wireless controller colors and the new PS5 console covers in select regions may vary by location, Sony is advising gamers to be sure to check with their local retailers for availability. Currently, the pricing for the Midnight Black and Cosmic Red PS5 covers is set for $54.99 US dollars, and the new colors for the DualSense controllers will go for $74.99 US dollars. Unfortunately, hate to bring it to you guys, but the PS5 console and console covers are planned to be sold separately. So sorry, no new colored SKUs right now for systems. So don't even worry about it. Just go spend your $55 and kit out your PlayStation.
Yeah. This is a little disheartening, but a little exciting because now I feel like the possibilities for game exclusive, uh, you know, skins is going to be incredible. Like, who knows what we could get?
All
But the
right,
other thing
awesome.
is like we're not going to get a specific kind. We're not going to get the PS5 will be excluded to a certain game.
Well, no, actually, I think what's going to happen is like
Mm.
Sony's going to try it out more. I think by the end, but how many PS4 DualShock 4 controllers were there? How many different colors were there? I want to say ultimately PS4 is still going strong, but I want to say there's been 11 different colors or types announced. And that's not including ones that came with special edition consoles, because like there's like a fire
Yeah.
red one that like never hit the market, but it came out with the Spider-Man. Was it? No, wait, the red one was Monster Hunter. Um, you know, so there's certain
Yeah.
colors. There's certain colors like even like I did manage, like they did mess up and sell the Uncharted blue one as a separate. Uh, so I managed to grab myself one of those, but for the most part, like a lot of these were were basically was it 11? Was it 11?
I got 12 right now.
Uh
I'm
huh.
thinking.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to remember if there was a regular camo. There was a blue camo, but I don't remember if there was a regular camo.
no, there was three different colors of the camo. There was a white camo, there's a blue camo, and I want to say there was
Okay.
the sand and olive camo.
And then the clear one. So there's like
There was
14.
there was a clear, yeah, there was a couple clear ones, because you had the smoke gray
Mhm.
clear one, and then you have like a blue clear one.
I think so. So that'd be
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was thinking of
Yeah.
the Uncharted blue, red, blue, green, orange, purple.
The
Uh,
the PlayStation Classic one, the PS1 one, the throwback, which I'm mad that I never got that one.
yep.
I should
Yep.
have I should have got that one, but I'm sorry. Like I have a total of 6 DualShock 4s.
Yeah. Dude, I wanted the green and white one so bad that I
Oh
was
yeah, that one.
willing. I wanted that one so bad and I could not get it. I could not find it.
Yeah, so my theory is like we will see more colors show up for the PlayStation covers, but what's probably going to happen is like we're going to see special edition consoles that come, and that's the only way you'll be able to get those plates. You'll have to buy that console.
Yamada said if Sony really want to win people over, they need to bring back memory cards. I feel like the memory cards would be huge at this point. Like it would be just like whole boxes.
Hold on.
Uh,
Remember Sony. Well, maybe you don't remember, because like I've always been big on tech. Sony was the first company to introduce memory sticks,
mm,
like the SD cards and stuff that we see now. Those are basically miniature versions of memory sticks.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, Going back to this article real fast. An SSD the size of imagine an SSD the size of a memory card. Woo! Isn't that basically what the M.2s are now though? Like I don't have one. I don't have that one that used to be sitting on my desk anymore. But yeah, but isn't that basically what it is now? Um, so the PS5 covers are Sony's direct answer to the aftermarket plates that were available from the company D brand. Remember those guys? The company best known for mocking Sony and eventually finding themselves in legal trouble with Sony over various trademark and copyright claims, which all forced the company to pull their dark plates from sale twice. Like dark plates are back, but I don't like the way those look. They are back, so So yeah, here we go. So basically, $55. Get ready, which is actually slightly cheaper than the dark plates, because the dark plates came out at $49.99 US, but if you want to get that little strip that went on the middle, like the actual console itself, that brought it up to a whole $60 right there.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So because there was a bunch of arguing that like Sony's charging more for that, but no, they're not, because like honestly, your system, unless you buy the Midnight Black, your system's going to be two tone. That's
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. Like you're gonna have a blue on black PlayStation. You're gonna have a purple on black PlayStation. You're gonna have a red on black PlayStation. You're gonna have a white on black PlayStation. Did I get all the colors? There's gonna be there's gonna be six
Blue
whole
and
colors.
pink.
There's gonna be six whole colors now
Yeah.
including the
Well,
default including the default white one.
yeah.
Purple. It's a strong color, a sensual color.
Dude, I want that purple one so bad. That is the one I'm going for. If I can't get purple, I want the blue. But
I'm considering a purple one, but I know this for sure. Like I need to get black, which means I gotta buy a black controller.
mm, I'm
There's
going for
no
the purple controller too. That was my go-to controller on the PS4 was my purple one.
uh-huh.
That was the one
Oh,
that I went to.
my go-to is the blue one. All right,
Mm.
so question for everybody out there. What do you think of the new colors that Sony is introducing for what just overall? I mean, general consensus right now in the chat is purple, including Austin.
Purple. Yep.
Uh, I'm all I'm like Wesley Snipes. Always been on black.
Always been.
Always been on
I,
black. Passenger
yeah.
57.
the The only thing keeping me from getting black, because I would prefer black, but now that I got a Series S that's white, I kind of like that the PS5 is white, so I feel like I prefer the white now more. If I got the X, maybe I would want it to be black too to match, but
Uh,
now that I got the white Xbox, there's no changing that unless
so
I
you're probably
just get it completely painted. Yeah.
you're probably just gonna stick with the white PlayStation, but you're gonna get the color controllers.
Yeah, but I if it's purple, man, if I can get the purple covers, that I'm definitely getting the purple. I'm going all out.
See, I look at my PS5 on my computer desk, and it is
Mhm.
the controllers are also on my desk too, but it is the only white thing on my desk.
Mm.
and I just realized in my head how bad that sounds. It's the only white thing.
Well, white is just a bold color for an electronic device. Like I
Right?
just like like the Wii. When the Wii came out and it was all white, like
It
it
was
just
white,
like
yeah,
and the 360 was also white. It felt off. I don't know.
yeah,
Something was off, but
like I actually thought about like airbrushing my my PS5 plates when because I it sat on my desk for the first couple of weeks, and I was like, man, I'm still not used to this.
oh yeah. I thought about plasti dipping, just go straight up, just doing it that way, so I could try to
Yeah.
peel it off later. I was like, nah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to move on to our next topic. Let us know, would you be grabbing any of the PS5 covers for your system, and which console cover has for the PlayStation 5 has your attention? You know what to do. Hit us up. Hit us up on social media or Facebook or Discord, and we'll find out. Hey, Austin.
Yeah,
Did you know a stealth announcement happened in the world of Sony last week?
I did it until today.
Yeah. So Sony has acquired Valkyrie Entertainment. Yo, Sony making moves. All right, this news comes to us from Stephanie Nunnally at VG247.com, as well as Rebecca Smith from PlayStationLifestyle.net. Strap in, guys. PlayStation Studios has announced the acquisition of Seattle-based developer Valkyrie Entertainment to its growing list of internal studios. Head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Holst, announced the news in a tweet revealing the developer will be making invaluable contributions to key PlayStation franchises. All right, so just a little bit of background here for Valkyrie Entertainment. Valkyrie Entertainment has been supporting Sony Interactive Entertainment for their their PlayStation Studios for quite a while. They previously helped Sucker Punch Productions on Infamous 2, Eat, Sleep, Play with Twisted Metal, and Santa Monica Studios with God of War. And we're talking 2018 God of War. They're currently assisting the latter in the development of God of War Ragnarok. So yeah, like this studio is working on big stuff, big,
Mm-hmm.
big shit. Let's put it that way. They haven't always been a support studio though. They developed their own PlayStation exclusive title called Guns Up that was released back in 2015. Other studios have benefited from their assistance as well. They've worked on current PlayStation Plus offering The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners, which is actually a free game right now. You might want to check that out. They've also worked on Valorant, as well as Halo Infinite, Forza Motorsport 7, League of Legends, Legends of Runeterra, Arc Extension, Middle Earth: Shadow of War, and State of Decay 2. Like, Nelly will like that one.
I've heard of a couple of these.
Yeah, right? They're also working on the upcoming Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodlines 2. Man, this studio's putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Valkyrie Entertainment is the fourth studio to join PlayStation Studios this year, increasing the PlayStation Studios umbrella to a whopping 17. 17 different teams of developers are with Sony now.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And this all follows the acquisitions of Housemarque back in June, Nix's Software in July, and Firesprite and Bluepoint Games back in September. Man, the Bluepoint acquisition was so sweet. It was. We knew Housemarque was coming. We were kind of surprised about Nix's, but man, we just felt in our soul that Bluepoint was coming to PlayStation. We just knew it.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
I mean, it was like, please, just hurry up and do it, Sony.
All right, but also just to know this, Firesprite themselves, then after getting acquired by Sony, then acquired Fabric Games to help strengthen Sony's Entertainment Exclusives catalog of exclusive games. All right, you know what? I think now we can officially say it's been shots fired by Sony. I think we can now.
Well, I think it's more like, it's not one of those like, oh, we bought Rockstar, we bought Square Enix, we bought something crazy. It's like, hey, we believe in our teams and we're giving them the support that they need. We believe in the teams that we already have now, because I feel like this is going to be another support team like Nixus is for like the PC models and all that stuff. So this is going to be a team that's going around, and the way that I'm reading it is like these guys may be what they need to work on for like a multiplayer game, because if you've noticed, PlayStation can't do multiplayer games all that well.
You
we've
damn
seen
right.
that we've seen a couple of those already this year with
Mm-hmm.
Destruction All Stars and all that. So I think this is what these guys are going to do. They're going to be going around helping everyone. They're supporting the team. They're saying we don't need to buy another big team. We believe in the teams we got now, and we're going to put all the support we can behind them as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's exciting. Under
All
the
right.
radar, but important
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless.
All right, Yamada Zero in our chat was like don't forget that Fabric Games was made up of former Studio Liverpool guys. So that hey, are we smelling a
Maybe
wipeout reinvention coming back? A wipeout
Wipeout.
renaissance. God, I played the hell out of Wipeout on PS3 and PS Vita. I played so much Wipeout. Yo, Austin, remember those games, Colony Wars? Remember those games?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Dude, I miss those games.
yeah.
I miss those games, like the narrative style of those games. Oh my god, they were great.
But I mean, there's a space for Wipeout. But aren't you gonna play the Wipeout mobile game?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna play that game. Isn't it like a card based game though?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play that game. I'm gonna play it. One final note about this story, though. According to Sony's chief financial officer, Hiroki Totoki, I love saying that man's name. Sony plans to continue to aggressively invest in their development in Sony's development. Hold on, let me read this correctly. According to Sony's chief financial officer, Hiroki Totoki, the company plans to continue to aggressively invest in our development capability going forward. So, not only is Sony planning on strengthening their console output, but the recent studio acquisitions will also help them to deploy games to PC and mobile devices as well. So there you have it. There you have it. Couple of quick questions here. Where do you think Valve Entertainment's talents will get put to use at Sony Interactive? I think Austin, you already said it. Like it's looking like they're going to be bigger support teams, and definitely like there's probably going to be a push towards mobile. You know, with the pedigree the studio has though, like they're diverse. I think this is going to ramp up production for a lot of new titles to come out in the future for Sony.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really what they're gonna do. If I were, I think that's the only, because I mean you don't want too many games in the tank. You're not that big of a company, like we still don't know if can Xbox handle that many studios making their own game at a single time, because we haven't seen that whole onslaught of games yet.
Hmm.
And so I don't know if PlayStation really wants to add too many teams to their plate making all games. Instead, they're more importantly, you know, building the roster they have now, getting their games on PC, and hopefully remastering some of their classics as well. And might be another thing that they're working on, because
Resistance
what we need. Yeah, that's
and
right.
Jack and
That's right.
Daxter. And
Listen, if
Infamous.
Jack and Daxter, I mean, I'll take it or leave it. If I have to sacrifice Jack and Daxter for
For
Resistance, I'm
Resistance,
doing
yeah.
it. I'm doing
Yeah,
it.
agreed,
I'm
agreed,
throwing it on the
agreed.
fire.
I mean, I love Jack and Daxter. Jack and Daxter is probably Jack and Daxter is probably my favorite PlayStation series until Uncharted came out.
Mm. Hmm.
All right, this might be a damning question here, but who is the next studio you'd like to see Sony add to their roster or studios? Is you know you know what you know what you know what? We'll just let the audience answer this question. We're not going to say anything because we don't want the hate coming to us at the end of this year.
Dream scenario, Devolver. I would love Devolver to be bought by PlayStation because I play all their games anyway.
Devolver's becoming their own entity though. Like they're
I
swallowing up
know.
studios.
Yeah, so Devolver is too big at this point, but I would
I feel
love
like
for Devolver to be
I feel like
Devolver.
Sony made a mistake pissing off David Cage at Quantic Dream because that would have been a powerhouse studio for them.
Yeah. Plus, getting that Star Wars game as well. Could you imagine if PlayStation had their own exclusive Star Wars game, which they might have with?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You see that?
I, yeah. I mean,
Stream chat's going off.
yeah.
Like we're talking. Sony should acquire Activision Blizzard.
I mean,
I don't
someone
know.
needs to
I don't.
take management over there
I
because
don't. I don't.
clearly whoever they got going is not good.
I don't know if there's a poll long enough for me to touch that one though. Oh, I'm sure there was. Oh, you know what? Yamada Zero brings up a good point. David Cage is apparently an asshole, and there was like harassment and abuse going on at Quantic Dream as well. These,
Was that confirmed? Because
uh,
also Neil Druckmann also gets this kind of stuff. So I'm like, I don't
you know,
know
what?
if it's
I think people bringing that up with Neil Druckmann because like Naughty Dog. Okay, Naughty Dog does not have the worst crunch ever. In
no.
the developer that has the worst crunch ever is freaking Electronic Arts. Like, and the sad part is like Electronic Arts, their crunch is like imbalanced because like sometimes you get that soul crushing crunch that like people are basically about to kill themselves at their desk, or the opposite happens. You get a wholly incomplete game for $60 that you wind up
Yeah.
spending an additional $50 of additional revenue just to get the complete product.
Yeah, that's a whole thing where like crunch clearly doesn't work when you do it too much because look at EA's broken games every year. I mean, Madden is
Yeah,
broken every year. Battlefield is broken, and I don't know
EA
how
has some
long it's
really
gonna take
bad
to
broken
fix.
games. Like
Yeah,
look at Battlefield right now. Battlefield is depressing. It's depressing what
it's in
2022 is
bad
going through right
state.
now. Shit.
It's a fun
Ubisoft
game.
is starting to Ubisoft is starting to back
Battlefield.
off.
Yeah, well, someone made the point that Activision Blizzard like kind of took a bullet for him. Now that all the heat's off Ubisoft, they're like, "Oh, let's quietly just walk away and not talk about anything
Right?
that we ever did." You know, notice how like Nintendo came out and Sony and Xbox came out and they said, "Hey, we don't support this Activision Blizzard stuff," and then everyone's like, "Well, all three companies got all of their own harassment charges filed against
Right?
them," and Ubisoft's
Right?
like, "Yeah, we're not touching that. We're not touching that." If
Yeah, like
Nintendo is getting the harassment charges, we know for sure we're getting back on. So
Yeah, yeah, like none of these, like honestly, none of these companies are exempt, and the sad part is, like okay, like Nintendo is an Eastern company, right? But
mm,
that doesn't mean like that doesn't mean that they don't have branches and divisions in the West or in the or in Europe or in South America,
yeah,
like you don't know what's going on at every particular like site and location, stuff like that. So like you can't say they're saints when they might be made up of a whole bunch of sinners that just keeping their shit together that we never hear about.
yeah. And if you think video game companies are the only ones with this
I
problem,
but I
news
loved it
for you.
though. I loved it though because the fanboys are jumping up. Well, Nintendo never does anything like that. And then I was like,
Oh
you remember Katie? What's her name? Like
no,
she left Nintendo after getting the dream job there. After what I think she was with Nintendo for 5 years because she was being harassed by her direct supervisor. And that was at
yeah.
Nintendo. That was at Nintendo.
I uh I
What was her name?
follow
What was her name?
this guy on
Katie.
YouTube. His name's Richard Hogue, and he's a video game lawyer. Like
Uh huh.
he like goes in all these video games. He's very good
Katie.
YouTube channel.
Katie Casper. That's the name. Katie Casper. That was her
That
name.
name does sound familiar.
Yeah.
But he was saying the one that the one that Sony got was a little sketch because it's one woman saying that it's uh gender what do you call that? What am I what am I even I can't think of words today. Uh
I'm not sure. I'm not.
they're not treating her fairly because of her gender. What is the word that starts with a D that I cannot think of?
Discrimination. Discrimination.
Discrimination. Yeah. I don't know why I can't think of that word. Um, but she said that she applied for like multiple jobs up and they never give it to her and but no one else will sign this agreement with her either. Like no one will jump on like no other woman is also jumping on with her
Mm-hmm.
because it might be that she just doesn't do a very good job and she just doesn't get promotions. But
It's
that was the
possible.
one that came out. That's the one that came out with Sony on that one. But yeah, all the fanboys have been crazy because I've heard multiple people be like, "Oh yeah, PlayStation hires pedophiles." I'm like, okay, first of all, if we went through every company, you're gonna find some because they're everywhere,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna find predators, you're gonna find rapists, you're gonna find people who just do really skeevy stuff, you're gonna find
Yeah,
pedophiles, you're gonna you're gonna you the
the
list
world
goes on.
sucks, man.
You're gonna find people who do inhumane stuff to animals and stuff like that. No,
Yeah.
so just because the news broke that there was a pedophile at like a pretty top position at Sony, that doesn't mean like can can you imagine sitting down at your job and just taking a look around like all your coworkers and trying to figure out like what they've done or how
I've done
or
it.
how
I've done it. I
or
was
how
like,
they've done it.
if you think about it, it's like what are the 10 people that I'm surrounded by? One of them's
Dude,
got to have done some sketchy shit.
when
At least one.
when I worked at GameStop, because I was a store manager. When I worked at GameStop, like I actually helped evaluate like different stores staff and stuff like that, and Jesus Christ.
Did you ever get some real winners during Christmas season, like Black Friday season and stuff? Because we would get
Actually,
those at Target, and
oh yeah,
boy, boy, oh
yeah,
boy,
yeah, I got some, but man, one of them was a shocker. Like at the time, like a fellow assistant manager, because I was an assistant manager during this time. Like there was an assistant manager, like he was a pedophile. He was a pedophile. I mean, and I'm not saying allegedly. He got convicted. He's in prison right now.
mm,
He's in prison right now. Like, and he was doing heinous stuff to his stepdaughter and like other kids in the neighborhood.
jeez,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never know, man.
You don't.
You never
That was
know.
the thing about it. That's the thing about it. Like absolutely cool dude. Nah. And you know what? Here's the crazy part. You know how some people like make like off jokes, and stuff. Like it's like, dude,
Hmm.
that joke's a little too much. You should be saying he was not like
Yeah,
that. He was basically like a decent guy. He would always come in, like he'd come in, he's doing his job, like like he'd offer to like he'd go on food runs and stuff like that.
yeah.
You know, on outward appearances, straight up guy, but yeah, like we found the news out, and it was like, man,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Every,
it was one of those
everyone's got
situations.
a
It was
home
one of those,
life and an outside life, and
yeah,
they do not line up normally.
yeah, it was one of those situations where like he didn't come to work, and it was, and the fact that he didn't come to work made us worried because like he's one of those people that never missed a shift.
Mm.
Maybe he didn't miss a shift because kids came into our stores all the time. Yeah, but
Jeez.
yeah, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like it was one of those. So like he didn't come into work, and folks started looking for him, and then he got found. Well, I mean, we found out what happened to him. Let's put it that way.
Man.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we brought the range of the show down, I'm sorry.
I made the joke that PS5 stands for pedo scum. PS stands for pedo scum.
Pedo scum. That sounds. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. This is the final show of 2021. Let's not go there.
Yeah. Let's not end on a bad note.
All right. Well, that's all of our news and topics for tonight. So to get the scoop on any of tonight's topics, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat, so go check them out. And then continue the conversation with us over on our Twitter page, which is at @PS_Crossroads. Yep. We would love to hear from you guys. So let's just go ahead and roll right into the big topic for tonight. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna do things a little bit differently, right? I was actually online. I was actually online recently, by recently I mean today, and and something, it's the end of the year, so a lot of lists and things are coming out, and so I saw a lot of like top fives and top tens of like games that that are either on a system, console exclusive, or that games we should be playing. So we're gonna pick apart one. We're gonna pick apart one's top one source's top five, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight for the big topic. So yeah, like it's a little different. Like we're usually more structured here, but it is what it is. So tonight we're talking about the top five games, the top five PS5 games you can play right now. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right. So
According to one source.
according to one source, and that source is tomsguide.com. Link has been provided to that in the chat. Now, the reason why this is a top five PS5 games you can play right now, not a PS5 2021, because if you actually look, when you actually go to the article says the top 10 PlayStation games of 2021. But then as you go and read further down the article, it just basically winds up being like a top list of games that you can play right now. So the best PS5 games currently range from family-friendly adventures with fun mascot characters to third-person brawlers with gorgeous graphics. Whether you want an exciting showcase of the PS5's DualSense controller and its abilities, or a new action-packed first-person shooter to play through, the PS5 has something for you. The PlayStation family of systems has always had an expansive library of games. With thousands of choices for players to choose from, Sony has continued to welcome new and exclusive titles into the fold as well. So the PS5 is the only place to experience titles like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, or Demon's Souls, or Astro's Playroom. The PS5 is still a fairly new console, though. It just barely turned a year old back November 12th, actually. So it's basically 13 months old now. If we want to do it like that. So there are still plenty of games on their way. You can bet the PS4. You can also play the best PS4 games on PS5 thanks to the system's comprehensive backwards compatibility. Whether you want to bring your classic favorites to the new console or feel like delving into the past, you'll have the ability to do so with PS5. And of course, if you're running out, I swear it sounds like a marketing advertisement for this system now. Because if you're running out of storage, using its internal expansion port, you can upgrade your PS5 SSD, and the results are staggering. Okay, so according to Tom'sGuide.com, The best PS5 games are at number 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake, the Integrated Edition. Now, the Integrated Edition is the PS5 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's got the updated graphics. It's it's got the bells and whistles basically. Now, Intergrade does not include the DLC that included Yuffie. You still have to pay. Intergrade is a free upgrade, but the Yuffie DLC is not free. You have to pay for that. So don't get it confused. Intergrade does not mean basically, it doesn't mean the Game of the Year edition basically of the game. It just means that this is the PS5 version of the game. Coming at number 4 is Returnal, and Returnal, like Returnal won one award at the Game Awards last week. It won for Best Action Adventure Game, which I was shocked. I was shocked because it beat out his brother Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked too that it did get an award, but I'm glad it did because it's a fantastic game. It's just not for everyone. And
yeah, wait a second. Hold on a second. I think I said that wrong. Let me go back for a second. Hold on a moment. I don't think that's right. Yes. Returnal did win Best Action Game. It did. I was thinking because Metroid Dread won something else. Which was, I feel like Metroid Dread was an upset, but when you look at how things went at the Game Awards, it was Nintendo had to win something.
Metroid,
and I'm glad Nintendo won it with Metroid. If I'm being honest, let me see the Game Awards winners.
Because I know Deathloop got narrative, and of course It Takes Two won.
Yeah. Metroid Dread. Where are you? You won something. Where are you?
Man, I cannot think of what it was.
Metroid Dread won Best Action Adventure Game, where Returnal won Best Action Game.
Okay,
I feel like it's kind of a stretch though, because
here's what I'll say: Returnal's gameplay was probably the best gameplay of any game I've played this year. Like, it was extremely the action in the game was really good, and maybe that's what they were going for. Whereas action adventure, maybe it's with the story, how it kind of loops together. Maybe,
yeah, dude,
I'm surprised that they have two different things for that, though.
Oh, by the way, Austin, I know you might be a little upset at this, but I am overjoyed that Kana swept the indies. It won Best Indie and it won Best Debut. It took both the indie categories. Yeah,
I mean,
debut.
It was.
I know you were. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was champion for a game that wasn't even nominated, so I can't say too much. But
no, Chicory was nominated. It was not. It was on the list for Best Indie.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was championing for Chicory. But I haven't played
Chicory, Death's Door, Kana. Those are 3 that I can remember. There were 5 games on that list. Yeah. And Kana the Artful Escape was another one.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the other one. Oh, Inscription.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kana,
I would have been happy with any of those, but Kana winning debut was a for sure because they made a game that like that looked like Insomniac level good, and this is their first time. So who knows what they're gonna do after this?
Oh yeah, big things. But they're already talking about like updating and expanding the game. So we gotta see.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to this list, we at number 3 was Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. At number 2 was Demon's Souls. And then number 1 was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I agree with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart being one of the best PS5, being one of the best, if not the best PS5 game right now. And also, by the way, Ratchet and Clank got shut out completely at the Game Awards. Now I'm not sure because like we had a discussion about this last week before the Game Awards happened, and we did say in our it was the week before last, right? because that was story was on for that one. And we did say that that Ratchet and Clank, the one thing Ratchet and Clank just felt like another Ratchet and Clank game, except it was a game designed to show you what the PS5 was capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of its biggest downfall. I don't think that the things that were supposed to set it apart really got showcased
Yeah.
unless you knew what was going on. Because
Yeah, like the Rift
there's some
system,
things in there if
amazing.
you're just playing. Yeah, like if you're
Yeah.
just playing it at like a casual gamer, you're not gonna think much of it. You're just like, oh, it's a new system. Of course, you can do this stuff. But once you see how like incredible it was, how far the worlds went out, and just like the random drops of items that would come in with that what's that gun called? The one where just random even like Uncharted stuff from Uncharted would fall out and stuff from I mean just like everything was just
I forget the name of these weapons. There's so many of them. I
yeah.
forget the names of them.
Yeah. But I feel like it did get a little shun, but I mean we've disagreed on this I think before. It's not my favorite Ratchet and Clank game.
Yeah.
So I just like I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like it was the only but because like out of all those titles, it was the only Sony title that didn't get a win that night.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
Yeah,
only
I'm surprised Returnal got a win and not Ratchet Clank.
me too, because
that's crazy.
I swear, but then again, like it got very good score. I want to say Returnal got better scores on Metacritic than Ratchet and Clank did.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm not sure if it's because like like this was a fresh outing for Housemarque versus Ratchet and Clank was more of the same with like some new twists and turns. Who
I
knows?
think that was really the reason why Ratchet and Clank didn't win is just because it's too familiar.
Yeah.
Deathloop was new. It Takes Two was new. Returnal was new. All of a lot of Kena was new. Like all this stuff was new.
By the
Even
way,
like Metroid.
The Boss Rush house was upset about that Game of the Year win. The Boss Rush family was upset.
I've not played the game, so I cannot say. I wanted to play that game. It looks great.
I've
heard great things.
I watched my roommate and one of his friends playing the game. Like they were doing a side by side play, so they were on the same couch playing. Mm-hmm. It looks dope. It does, and I'm going to play it. I am going to play it because, but I actually like Yosef Fares games. I like his games. Like I love A Way Out. I love The Way Out.
I love Brothers. Brothers was so good.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't understand why the guy gets so much hate, because he's putting out bangers.
I guess it's just the like cocky attitude, I guess, but
I mean,
Hideo Kojima is also a little bit cocky. It's just a different way. he's not as outlandish about it, but he definitely has a confidence.
That could be it. That could be it. All right. So anyway, here we go. Let's go ahead and do a breakdown of some of these games. All right, Austin. Out of these games, Ratchet and Clank, Demon's Souls, Miles Morales, Returnal, and Final Fantasy, which ones had you played?
Well, I played 3. I played Ratchet and Clank, I played Returnal, and I played Miles Morales.
Okay.
I plan on playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing in me where I'm kind of wanting to wait until we actually for sure know that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 or whatever it's going to be called is coming. Like, I don't know. Part of me is just...
Man, when I was watching the Game Awards and they did the Final Fantasy trailer, I was like, this is it. This is Part 2. And no, this is the announcement of the PC game. Yeah. Which I was waiting for. Which I was waiting for, by the way. Like I was actually holding out on buying Final Fantasy VII Remake to get the PC version, but the wait just got way too long. It's over a year now.
Yeah.
So
Final Fantasy VII is one of the Final Fantasies that I love. Like there's like 3 tiers of Final Fantasies. Ones that I love, ones that are okay, and ones that I don't like at all. And the ones that I love, I'm very passionate about, and 7's one of them. And I just like, I want to play that remake so bad, but I'm just like, I'll just wait. I'll wait and see what happens. I'll wait and see if we're gonna actually get this. If I'm just, or if I'm gonna be upset that I played played the remake without anything coming after it.
Oh,
Um,
it's coming, but the problem is Square Enix has a problem. Square Enix has a problem when it comes to they have a time management problem.
yeah,
I'll put it at that. So
which is weird because it seems like 16 might come out quick,
yeah,
but
yeah,
then we also
yeah. That
thought
is the
that
shocker.
about 15.
Oh God, 15 was like 4 years late, but
Yeah.
no game will ever be as late as Kingdom Hearts 3 was.
Oh no,
Like
dude,
God.
I remember when I went to Target and the PS4 came out, and everyone was like, "I'm not buying one until Kingdom Hearts 3 because that's all they played on PS2. They didn't even buy a PS3 because they
Oh
just play Kingdom
oh
Hearts."
wow.
And
They bought a
late,
PS4. They bought a PS4 like 5 years later.
yeah, it was bad, and that's
Yeah.
all they played was Kingdom Hearts 3. And I was like, do you feel good about yourself? Because that game was not
PlayStation
worth buying the PS4 for if that's all you're gonna play.
they
Just
for
saying.
they forsook a lot of other PlayStation 4 games just so they could play Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel sad for them.
Yeah,
Because PS4 had one of the best runs since PlayStation 2 as far as PlayStation consoles go.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Kingdom
feel like
Hearts,
I feel like a lot
it's
of
a special
people.
group.
Yeah, yeah, that was true. Because I used to talk something fierce about Kingdom Hearts fans. I did. I kind of still do. I got
Uh huh.
because well, here's my theory. Here's my theory. If they weren't so avid about the Final Fantasy about Kingdom Hearts games, we wouldn't have had so many of those handheld those mobile games and stuff like that. They would have actually put out Kingdom Hearts 3 a little bit faster than they did. But they decided to
Mm-hmm.
spoon feed us all this stuff, and I'm going somewhere with this. Stephanie and I teamed up for an article. I'll talk about it in a moment. All right. So you did Ratchet and Clank, Miles Morales, and
Mm-hmm.
Returnal. Out of those three
Yeah,
games, how would you rate? How would you rate those? You played three of those games. How would you rate those games? Which one's your number one, and which one's your number two, and which one's your number three?
man, I'm gonna go. I think I gotta go Returnal 1 because it's a new
Whoa.
experience. It's a new game. It it did so many things that for me who loves roguelikes,
Uh huh.
something that roguelikes we hadn't seen, something that Housemark we hadn't seen. It
Mm-hmm.
was a very interesting story. The gameplay was super tight. I just really sucked at it and it was really hard. But the game was so much fun at the same time. I I have to give it to them for this one. I think the reason why is we Miles Morales was more Spider-Man and
Mm-hmm.
Ratchet and Clank felt to me a little more just more Ratchet and Clank. And it didn't have like that new like I'm trying to think of a good example. I think so like God of War, which this is kind of a bad example, but God of War PS4 from the PS2 days was a huge change. Like everything changed and it was a step above we had ever seen.
Uh huh.
Uncharted 4 was more Uncharted, you know. And while there was a few extra things in there, it didn't like blow me away with like all this new stuff. Like this is a new revelation. Like it was just more Uncharted, which was great. You know, it was good.
Yeah.
Um, I think I got the same thing with Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank. After between those two though, oh man, I don't know. I love the Ratchet and Clank series, but I think I have to give it to Miles Morales a little bit.
Uh.
Um, just because I don't know, man. It's a toss up between those two because I'm not crazy about the Miles Morales story.
Oh really?
But
Really?
yeah, I'm not crazy about it. There was like half the story I loved and half the story I was like is kind of
Which half of the story? The whole thing with the Tinkerer, or
yeah.
the whole thing with his uncle?
I love the uncle part. I
Uh,
was a little like the Tinkerer was like, okay. I was like, I saw this coming from like a mile away. It did hit, which by the way, the first Spider-Man, uh its twist on who the main bad guy was also I saw a mile away because the trailer
Same.
showed him. It
Yeah.
was like
Okay.
the
Okay. The
trailer
trailer.
showed him. We
Okay, I didn't pay much attention to the trailer for
Mhm.
the 2018 Spider-Man, but I knew uh, because he was the first support character you met. I knew it
and
who it
also
was.
and and also like his bad guy version and his regular everyday version look exactly the same except they're
Yeah.
different color.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
okay, spoiler alert for Spider-Man PS4. He's an Asian guy whenever he's normal, when he's a good guy, and when he's a bad guy, he's just an Asian guy but blue. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like I saw the bad guy before. I knew what he looked like. I knew that was him.
Yep.
So I don't know, something with that in particular just like rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, man, it's okay if you don't make it look like it's supposed to be a big reveal, but both
Yeah.
games are like, did we blow you away? No, you didn't.
True.
No, you didn't.
True. Yeah. But then again, if you look at the Spider-Man comics, like how many times do you get jarring surprises when a villain revealed themselves?
That's true, but I think like Arkham Knight, I think did a good job of keeping the identity of the Arkham Knight. Even though a lot of people had a lot of guesses and some of them are right, someone's bound to be right on their guesses. The Spider-Man one just was like anyone, about 80% of people figured it out way before, and the other 20% were just like too busy having fun, swinging around with the cat in their backpack. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I do
All right.
think Ratchet and Clank's story did get a little better as far as just. I think it was up there with Crack in Time as far as story. Like it actually meant something. It wasn't just like Ratchet has to save the day again. There
Yeah.
was definitely an emotional with Rivet and Kit. Kit. I always forget her name.
Uh,
Yeah. So
so Returnal is your number one. All right. Okay. So, out of this list, can you hear me?
yep.
Okay. Cool. It got way too silent. I was like, oh, something happened. Okay. So on those list of games, I played 4 of these 5 games.
Oh.
Uh, I played Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I played Miles Morales. As a matter of fact, Miles Morales was the first game that I got for PS5 when it launched. Um, as a matter of fact, I got the game before the PS5 launched because it was actually on the shelves like 5 days prior to
That's
the
right.
PS5
I do
releasing.
remember that.
I've played Returnal. I have not played a lot of Returnal, but I played Returnal, and I have played Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So as far as my list goes, I am going to say now, as much as I love Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I do. I gotta say, like the stuff they did in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my god!
Mm,
Like I mean,
yeah.
it's like the champion has returned. It's crazy. It's crazy because like Final Fantasy VII is a game that defined the PlayStation 1.
Hmm.
And here we go. It looks like the magic is about to happen again because Final Fantasy VII Remake was a. It's like how I was saying earlier, like what Resident Evil 2 and 3 did for Resident Evil, what the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes did for Resident Evil 2 and 3, the games respectively. I feel like this is happening all over again, and
Yeah.
I gotta say so far it's my favorite. But that being said, like I did love Miles Morales. Like, well, number one, I love Miles Morales because it was a short game. I love that. Like,
Hmm.
like
Oh yeah.
You can beat Miles Morales in about 7 hours.
Yeah. That I did enjoy. It was nice that you can
Yeah.
even complete everything in about 10, 15. So it
Yep.
was perfect.
Yeah. Um. I guess I think what I liked about Miles Morales the most was the immersion. Like you can get immersed in the city, you know. Like I
Yeah.
mean, because like I'm one of those people. I will play all sorts of side quests and stuff. So I found myself like deep in the game and realized, oh shit, I got to go back and beat this guy. I got to get the story moving and stuff like that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart comes. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart comes in as number 3 on that list. I love the story. You know, I think I was more drawn to Rivet's character than because like
Mhm.
it's Ratchet and Clank. Come on, we're used to those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was refreshing to see a new character that wasn't a bumbling idiot like like the other heroes in Ratchet and Clank's
Oh, Quark
universe.
and yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
By the way, the Ratchet and Rivet dialogue with when they were together was some of the
yes,
best. Like I
yeah,
was
it
really
was.
excited. I would love to see a game where those two like could play.
Uh huh.
Maybe like It Takes Two, where you have both people can play those characters. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And then Returnal is ranked. The only reason why Returnal is ranked low on my list is because it's the game I had the least amount of time playing. It's a fun game. It is a little infuriating, but it's a fun game. But I just have
Oh,
not
it's
spent enough time.
very
Like
infuriating.
like I have like I'm not even in the second biome yet. So but
Yeah.
it's got my attention because one thing for sure, I love sci-fi games. I love sci-fi
Mhm.
games, so like it's one of those things where like if this had been like a medieval freaking like some type of like like hack and slasher roguelike, I probably would have already set it down. Because those just don't keep my attention. Like Hades has kept
Mhm.
my attention the most out of those type of games. But Hades is a different experience. Because a lot of roguelikes look like glorified Super NES games. In
Yeah.
my opinion, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Hades.
And by the way, I think Hades is a better game than Returnal. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I feel that way too. But Hades is also a
Mhm.
3-year-old game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hades is not new to this console generation. Hades technically lived and thrived on the PS4 generation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts on this category? Well, here's what I will say. Like, it's all in the eye of the
Mhm.
beholder. Now, we talked about
Yeah.
PS5 games tonight. We do realize that there is a big part of our fan base out there that does not actually own a PS5 as of yet. If anything, take what we've named here as some suggestions of games you should get whenever you get your hands on a PS5. The good news is it's getting a little bit easier to find the PlayStation 5. Despite the shipping lanes problems that are going on, despite the chip shortage and all that stuff. It's getting easier to find PS5s. Hell, I can't say I saw one on the shelves today, but I was in Target and I found 11 white Switch OLEDs, and now I'm mad at myself because I have to be a responsible adult and not spend $370 on a Switch when I'm getting ready to move. when
Nah,
I
don't be
when I have
responsible. Don't be
when I
responsible. Just get it.
when I have a perfectly working Switch right here. Yeah. But I mean, yeah. So like, if anything, like me personally, I would say take this as a recommendations from us here at Crossroads of games that you should think about checking out. And that doesn't neither one of us mentioned Demon Souls. That doesn't mean that game isn't worthy either. We just
Yeah.
don't. We just prefer not to play games that make us want to go outside and punch babies and kick puppies.
Yeah. That's our Returnal already does that enough for me. I don't need another one.
So, Austin, final thoughts here.
Uh I mean, there are and this is not even like the surface for me. There's like so many good games on PS5 that this is like a good chunk of like really good games on there. This isn't the best in my opinion, and there's a
Mhm.
lot more that are on equal level with these games. So it's exciting. The PS5 has had a great first year, and I can't wait to see what we get into next year. Although I'm busily trying to get through everything before Horizon
Let's
comes out
Yeah,
because
let's think about this. Let's think about this.
yeah,
We got Horizon Forbidden West coming. We got Gran Turismo 7
yeah,
coming. We got God of War Ragnarok coming.
yeah.
Um I thought there was another big one coming. Uh
PlayStation exclusive. That's the only ones, only AAA titles.
yeah.
But I mean,
And then we got the third party stuff coming because I'm getting the Callisto Protocol. I'm getting the Dead Space remake.
yeah,
I'm getting those
yep,
games. I'm getting those
There,
games.
there's so much. Like my goal is to beat Resident Evil 8, beat the Vanguard campaign, and start on Guardians of the Galaxy. Then I will have hopefully, pretty well through the end of the year. That's my end of the year goal.
Mm.
Okay. Then I'll have my Series S. I plan on trying to get through as many Xbox games as possible until Horizon comes out, and then it's over. You won't see me on anything else but that game. So, plus, I don't know if Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad's coming out in 2022. They're supposed to
Yeah,
both be here in
yeah,
2022.
yeah. As a matter of
So,
fact, Gotham Knight keeps just like falling into obscurity.
well, Gotham Knights was supposed to be 2021, and
Yeah,
then Suicide Squad is 2022. I feel
yeah.
like they both move a year back, but who knows? Maybe they both release this year.
Mhm.
I don't. There's always going to be those indie games that pop up that you can't.
Oh
I
yeah.
still want to play Death's Door and all that stuff. So there's so many.
Yep.
There's no excuse to be bored if you have a video game system. Like, I
As
don't know.
as a matter of fact, I need to go ahead and purchase Death's Door for PS4 for PS5. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
it's on PS. Wait, is it on PS5 and PS4, or is it PS4?
I
I
mean,
got I got to
it's
check.
it's on.
Yeah,
That means
well, it
backwards
doesn't.
compatible either way.
Is it backwards compatible? Because I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not. We're not always sure.
yeah. It's on. You can play it on PS5.
Okay. All right. Well. All right. Well, that's our big topic for tonight. Let us know what you guys thought was a contender for the best PS5 game for 2021. And before we get out of here, Yamada Zero had to go, but they did leave a question for us. So we have time for a quick questions from the audience here. And I'm going to go ahead and cap this question off right now. So the question is, and this goes back to what we were talking about with the studio acquisition for Valkyrie Entertainment. Yamada
Mhm.
asked if anyone's interested in seeing another Killzone game, or do they think the franchise needs a rest? First of all, I want to say I think Gorilla has moved on from that.
Yeah,
So if Killzone happens, it'll happen from another studio with probably Gorilla's supervision. You know, that's what I will say. Now that didn't really answer the question because would I like to see another Killzone game? I feel like Killzone is legacy for PlayStation, so it would be nice to see a new outing for it.
yeah.
Maybe they could go the way Gears of War did and make a tactics game. That would be kind of cool.
I I would like to see Killzone, but maybe just a multiplayer game first.
Mhm.
Get people hooked on the multiplayer, make the multiplayer really good, and get people excited about it. Get people excited about a first person multiplayer game on PlayStation. And then
Uh-huh.
if it hits, then focus on maybe a campaign. And that's kind of opposite of normally how I would rather a campaign than a multiplayer. I got enough multiplayer games on. But I feel like if you can get that part of it down, that's a huge stepping into getting Killzone because I liked five, but it was like a really just not memorable game for the most part. It That was the problem.
Mm.
Whereas I feel like 2 and 3 had their moments where it was like I remember playing 2 and 3 more than I do five. I remember everything about Resistance and all their games. Like I love those games. But then five just seemed like a dud, and I feel like maybe if you work on getting the multiplayer, getting people into the Killzone franchise, then maybe we'll focus on the story. Um, Also,
Mm.
shout out to Killzone Mercenaries. Rest in peace, because they're probably dead too. The
That
best first person shooter on Vita was
yeah, I
Killzone
will say that.
Mercenaries.
I
So
will say that I was not. I bought it on sale, but I was not disappointed with my $12.99 acquisition of Killzone. I was not disappointed.
yeah,
All right, all right. So, hey, another good
yeah,
show, man. Like, hey, like we wrapped we episode 63. It's the end of 2021 for us this year, and hold on, before I get all misty eyed and everything.
I do have one question for you. Did you check out the Matrix experience on the PS5?
No, I did not. No.
You definitely check that out. The Unreal Engine project. Okay. I was so the game is like 5 minutes. And there is a little bit of gameplay, but it's more like David Cage gameplay. You're switching between two targets, pressing the gunfire. But
Look,
there are
look, look,
times
look, look what I'm doing right now.
the time there are times in that demo, whatever you want to call it, that I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'm watching Keanu Reeves act or if I'm watching Keanu Reeves as a video game player. Like I really was like mind fucked.
Shut up. Don't do this to me.
I really was mind fucked. I was
Don't
a couple of
don't
times.
do
I was
this
like,
to
I'm
me.
not sure which one I'm looking at. When they do the car chase scene, and they're talking. It's a young Keanu Reeves. You at that point you know it's a video game, but it looks really good. And after
Uh-huh.
that little car chase sequence, I think it's about 5 minutes long. It's not that long, but it's definitely worth playing just to see. Then they let you explore this whole city, the Matrix City that they've created, and you can just walk anywhere you want. Um, I took pictures of it. You could all check it on my Twitter at PlayStation. Go ahead and
I
plug
saw your
myself.
pictures. I saw the pictures.
So there's a lot of incredible stuff on there that you definitely gotta check out. And my pictures don't do it justice either. So it's always gonna look better on the actual thing. So check that out. It's free. It's on Xbox too. So if you have Xbox, check that out as well. It's
Well,
worth it.
I just added to my download queue. Thanks, Austin. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hey man, it's free. It's 5 minutes. I spent maybe like 12. I spent maybe 20 minutes like exploring the city. I could have
Uh-huh.
spent way more. The city's huge. I was like, I don't, and you can drive around in cars and stuff. Uh, I think there might be things to collect. It doesn't really tell you, but I was like, I don't really care to walk around the city right now. But I would love to see a game made on this because it's awesome. It looks awesome. So, but
All right, cool. Well, like I said, it's in my queue right now. It's downloading right now. Like maybe I'll mess with it before I go to bed tonight.
man? I would love for Remedy to make a Matrix game.
They're too
Could
busy
you
making
man?
Alan Wake 2.
I know.
But yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. As always, we'd like to give a big thanks to you for tuning in to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. 2021 has been a blast for us. Thanks, and we can't convey enough how much we appreciate you guys out there who've been listening or who've been checking out our weekly streams, week to week of the shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely thanks to all the people who have been commenting, rating, subscribing, all that stuff, like on Twitch, YouTube, and the various podcast channels and stuff like that. We'd like to give a big shout out to a lot of our guests that have shown up throughout the year. Trust me, there's going to be a lot more. Hey, man, episode 25 was a freaking blast with Nick Apostolides. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I can't believe that was this year, man. It
Yeah,
feels like
that
yeah,
was this year, man.
yeah.
It's crazy, you know. We've had some fun this year, and that, you know, from the freaking like recaps of like the state of plays to just like the random banter. Like we get off topic a lot, which is why our shows are always like 2 hours long, things like that. Ah, man, it's been a blast though, and we're taking a small break, but we will be back next year with more for you guys and just a lot more entertainment value to show. Before we head out though, Austin, plug yourself, man.
Find me at PlayStation on Twitter. Don't bother with anything else. I'm not there.
All right. And you can always find me at Exodus803, EXODUS803 on social media, on Twitch and YouTube. That's my gamer tag for all the major consoles out there. You can find it all. Uh, I'm also part of the panel for the Boss Rush podcast every week on Wednesday nights on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Games. Boss Rush Network. Yeah, Boss Rush Network on Twitch. So don't forget to check that out. I will reiterate one more time. Crossroads now has a merch store. Everything out there that you can think of: t-shirts, ball caps, mouse pads, leggings, socks, tank tops. Don't worry, I'll be rocking some Crossroads tank tops next time you see me. It's all on the store. You can check it out. Fans, you guys know you want to rep the show, so definitely head over there. Links have been provided in the stream chat. We love you. We would love to see you guys rocking out. Hit us up on Twitter. Show us the love for the show. Things like that. PS_Crossroads. And one more before we head out. Of course, you gotta do some quick plugs for the website itself. So, Austin, can you tell us what made? Can you? I don't know. Maybe not. Can you tell us what made Ghost of Tsushima so successful?
Well, we are terrible people, LeRon, because neither you or I have played this game. It's on the list, man.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
I was just saying about my end of the year plans, and I totally forgot that I want to play Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima on the PS5 upgrades, and
it's on my list, but I'm being sneaky. I'm trying to catch it on a sale, so like the extra money I have to spend for the the extra money I have to spend for the Iki Island. For the PS5 content, because like you have to pay that money regardless, you know. But anyway, Eddie Varnell ponders the question of of what made Ghost of Tsushima so successful in a December 14th edition of the Boss Rush banner. Also, Corey, Jesse, and Stoy discuss Halo Infinite's campaign in a discussion clip for Arsenal X, the Xbox podcast, and I mentioned it earlier, but I team up with the venerable Stephanie Klimov from the Boss Rush writing team to talk about how Kingdom Hearts broke our hearts. You might want to check that one out. All the links are provided in the Twitch stream chat. Definitely hit that up. All that and more can be found over at bossrush.net. So head there and check out more editorials and shows from our ever-growing family of creators and contributors. If you like to talk about games, media, sports, food, and much more, why not consider joining the Discord, the Boss Rush Network Discord? There's even a Crossroads PlayStation Podcast Discord server on there, just for the fans. As always, you can chat with us, keep the conversation going by hitting us up on Twitter at PS_Crossroads to show more events, news, topics, anything while we're getting ready for the next installment of Crossroads. We're off for the next 2 weeks. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, everybody. This has been episode 63 of Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Come back and join us at the beginning of the year, where we'll be bringing more news and hot topics for you guys. We love you.
Oh, yeah.
You take care. Remember, play games. Be better. Enjoy yourselves. Don't kill the family, because just like Thanksgiving, like things will pop off. Yep. We love everybody out there. We appreciate you.
Anytime you're about to get in the fight, just stuff some food in your mouth.
Exactly.
That's all I got. Just stuff some food in your mouth, and you'd be no more fighting. Food fixes everything.
That's it from here tonight at Crossroads. We love you. Have a good night.
Hey, everyone.